Hello there, my YouTube family. Good evening. How are you? I'm Helen Sadler, your Destiny Helper. I'm so glad to be with you once again. It is an honor and a privilege every time that we get together. I want to first of all thank most of you that have already subscribed to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much. And those of you that have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe and push that bell. Every time I upload new content, you will be the first one to know. So make sure you push that bell. And every time I come on, whether live or do a video, you will be alerted. Now let's get to the topic at hand. Many of you have said, I feel like I'm losing myself. I feel like I'm walking in a maze or a daze or a shadow, and I'm not recognizing myself anymore. It seemed like the more I fight, I easily succumb to what the narcissists want just to please them. And the harder I fight, the easier it's becoming to succumb to what he wants. What is this all about? Well, when you are with a narcissist, the narcissist, because they have a sense of entitlement and they are self-absorbed. Everything is about them. Any happenings in your life, the narcissists feel that it's because of them. And because of them, the good is happening. If you got a promotion, the narcissist will take credit for that because the narcissists feel that they are bringing a higher standard in your life and that you are really privileged about having them in your life. The narcissists understand all of these gaping holes and all of these voids that's on the inside of them, yet they think that all of your good, your promotion, anything worthwhile that you have is because of them. So of course, naturally, the narcissist is going to take credit. And so the narcissist spend a lot of time trying to change you into what they want, the image that is fitting for them. The entire time the narcissist is with you, when you first met them, the love bombing was off the chart. It seemed like you had everything that they wanted, you had. And they was glad to have that interaction with you, and they seem to accommodate and commemorate all of the good standards and talents and strengths that you have. And now as you get along in the relationship, none of those things that they praise is volatile now. Everything is diminished. Everything go into a degrading avenue. And so what happens is the narcissist now overshadows your life with themselves. And we call this the narcissistic overshadowing. The overshadowing is when the narcissists start to really take over on your personality because you are not good enough. Who you are is not perfect enough. Who you are does not qualify to their standard because they so above you. And you got to remember the narcissist has a great sense of grandiosity, and they can be very egotistical, and they feel a sense of entitlement. And so you lose yourself and they gain what you lose because the narcissist has a tendency to mirror the supply. They become the good qualities, quote unquote, that you have, and you start to diminish from the good qualities that are naturally and authentically yours. And you find yourself losing yourself, fighting for yourself. And then one day you look in the mirror, if it's been long enough that you've been with the narcissist, and you are asking the question, who is that person? It doesn't seem like you have the life in your eyes. The sparkle is gone. The light seemed gone. It seemed dull. It seemed that it's far away. You don't have your dreams, your goals. And even though you're still working, even though you're still interacting with people at work, and you're finding yourself more and more isolated when you're not at work and you are consumed. The narcissist is very, very consuming, very draining. It's like overspending. When you get paid, you overspend. You become a consumer. All of your money is spent. You don't save anything. And that's the way it is when you are with the narcissist. You spend who you are. You don't save anything because in the mind of the narcissist, it is not worth saving because it is devalued. It has no premises of valuation to the narcissist, so he diminishes it, he destroys it. And then the narcissist seems, sometimes you look at them, and remember I have a video that talk about the 4 different stares of the narcissist, and you see those stares and it seems like they hate you, and you're wondering, what is it that you've done? Well, you didn't do anything. The narcissistic overlay or the narcissistic overshadowing is when the narcissist lay over your character or overshadow your character with what they think is befitting for you, because they rewrite your mind, they rewrite your dreams, they tell you what your dreams are, they tell you what you're going to do, they tell you the road to take, because the narcissists feel they are the wisest in your life and that they have a right to direct your life and that your life belongs to them. You don't have independent decisions or choices about your life unless it benefits them. They want to take on, they don't want the responsibility or the problems that goes with your life, but they take on the responsibility of directing your life and telling you what to do with your life. This is called narcissistic overlays or narcissistic overshadowing, where you walk in the shadow of the narcissist, and who you are does not matter. Who you are is of to no reason. And when this constantly happens on a consistent basis, that's why you usually get criticized. And criticism tears down your self-esteem. Criticism tears down your confidence. And when you are getting this on a constant basis, you notice that your confidence start to be at risk. You could be very secure when you first meet the narcissist, and now you're getting more and more insecure. And they may make sly statements like, are you gaining weight? And you notice that your clothes are loose. And here asks, are you gaining weight? And you look at yourself and you never saw yourself gaining weight. As a matter of fact, you had problems with your appetite. You couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. And so you thought you were losing weight and you didn't want to lose too much weight. And now the narcissist asks, are you gaining weight? So you look at yourself and you no longer see yourself losing weight, even though you have evidence in your clothes that you're losing weight. You can actually see what the narcissist is saying, that you're gaining weight. And so now you have to watch those words that are penetrating every fiber of your being. You have to watch those words that are confronting your reality, because what you have is the narcissist's voice, the narcissist's opinion, the narcissist's suggestion, the narcissist's devaluation, and it's overshadowed with everything they're saying until you can't differentiate your reality, your truth, and what is actually substantiated. And if you don't watch yourself, you'll find yourself validating. You're looking at your clothes, and even though your clothes say they're loose, they start looking tight, and you start not eating. And when you start not eating, the narcissist may notice that you actually are losing weight. And then the narcissist come back and say, are you sick? And you ask, why would you ask that? I noticed you're losing weight. Yeah, but you told me I was gaining weight. Where you were gaining weight until you start losing all this weight. Now you're losing your shape. Now you're looking like you're sick. And you are just totally confused. These are overlays, and these overlays overshadow your reality, overshadow your confidence, overshadow your truth, until these overlays lay on top of the fact that you are beautiful, lay on top that you have a gorgeous figure. All of that lay on top of it, and you can no longer see what's underneath that overlay, because the overlay or the overshadowing of the narcissist become your highly visible point. Whatever they say, that's your high visible point. And so you start listening to their voice, and you start hearing their voice, and you start hearing their words. And if they see something, they say, you know, I wouldn't wear those pants anymore if I were you. they just make you look weird. You know, they make you look funny. And because you are losing weight. And so now you start eating and you're eating and you're eating and you're eating. When the narcissist notice that you're gaining weight, the narcissist tell you, oh, I see that you are looking better, but your clothes are tight. And you said, well, I noticed my clothes are getting a little tight. He said, I don't think your clothes are getting a little tight. I think that you're just imagining things, because you got to remember the narcissists do not want you in the best light. They want them in the best light. And especially if you're dealing with a somatic narcissist and they are challenging your looks, they are challenging your figure because they are totally absorbed in their looks and their figure, and they don't want you competing against them. They don't want you nowhere in the competition market where they are. So they have to look better, they have to appear better in every instances. And you are looking at your clothes getting tighter, and you are looking at your shape. It is not the way it used to, and yet the narcissist telling you they're okay. So they bring you sweets and desserts, and you notice they're not eating sweets and desserts, but they insist that you eat those sweets. And finally the narcissist said, so who you going to please? All you have to do is please me, and I should be able to see you the way I want to see you. And you don't realize that those overlays are taken away from you. Those overshadows are taken away from you because it takes over. That's why they call it overlay, land on top of your personality. Overshadowing, it's laying on top of who you are, and it's overshadowing your strength, overshadowing your confidence. Any good, it overshadows so you can't be seen, and you start to become invisible. Even to you, you start to become invisible. And if you don't catch yourself, you will totally lose your personality. You are a woman who was very meticulous about how you look, about how you dress, even around the house. And the next thing you know, you start letting yourself go. Why? Because the narcissists have a draining effect on you, and this draining effect prevent you from having the energy to do casual things, to do your everyday things. So those of you who say, I feel like I'm losing myself and I can't find myself, no, they're just an overlay. There is an overshadowing. What do? You have to get your confidence back. You're going to have to get your reality back. You got to get your voice back. You have to get your truth back. And so now what you have to do is invest in yourself, and you have to pull away that non-reality and actually look at yourself. If the clothes are getting tight, you're gaining weight. If the clothes are getting loose, you're losing weight. And a lot of times you are so nervous, your appetite is gone, you don't know what is truth, you're afraid of losing the narcissist, you think there may be someone else, and the narcissists have known to be serial cheaters, and every time it seems like you got them, they tell you you're a lie, and they tell you you're making up things, they're telling you you're hunting them down, that you are smothering them and suffocating them, and you are doing neither of that. So when you back off and give them the space, the narcissists take it that they can do what they want to do. Why? Because you are allowing that. So now you have to rediscover yourself. You have to reinvest in yourself. And you can do that. The Bible says we are fearfully and wonderfully made. God made you so awesome until even with a twin, you still have an individual. Even though that twin may be like you and you finishing each other's sentences, there's something unique about you that the other twin don't have. And if you don't have a twin, can you see how unique you are? You're so rare. You have your own fingerprint, and nobody else can duplicate that. Nobody else can copy that. And they look into your eyes, and your eye is specific. Nobody else can duplicate that. Nobody else can mark that. That's how meticulous God is when he made you. And the Bible says you're fearfully and wonderfully made. You are to be observed in awe, and you have to get that beauty back. You got to know what it is that you brought to the table and what you have left there, and you got to get it back. You have to get your strength back. You have to get your goals back. How you can do that is every day just be quiet before the narcissist, and then you take and write down positive things about yourself. You say, I can't find any. Write down what you used to know. Put it down and look at it every day. And go to the mirror. Have a 5-minute mirror break when you're by yourself. And tell yourself, this is the way you used to be. You used to be very vocal. You used to be where you sung. You used to have a song in your heart. You used to be very creative. And all of these things, once you acknowledge them, they start to stir up. You start to want them again. You start to miss them again. And then get into a social group. Take 5 minutes. Tell them you're going to the library. Go to the library. Get involved with a book. A book can take you off the planet. Get into a book. Where do you want to go? Pick a place. I want to go to Greece. Read books about Greece, all the beautiful things about Greece, and imagine yourself there. Imagine the strength of you there. Imagine the beauty of you there. Your system will start to regulate because you will start to come back. And as you start to come back, you will be amazed how you will desensitize to abuse. How you were desensitized to abuse, and how you were refused now that you coming into your standard, and you refuse to have and regulate abnormal use of yourself anymore. When you recognize yourself and when you love yourself again, abuse will not be tolerated. All of a sudden, what you allow, you will disallow. And the narcissist is going to wreak havoc when they got away with so much. And you know what they do? They go to the discard. The discard becomes a place of empowerment. The discard becomes a place of control. And as they start to control less, because you start getting yourself back more, the narcissists feel displaced. The narcissists feel out of place. And when the narcissists feel vulnerable and sustaining narcissistic injury, you know what comes next. The narcissists want to discard. The discard means to bring you back under control, get that balance back. Why? Because you refuse to let them lay over your character, lay over who you are, lay over your dreams anymore. You refuse. I did a video when the supply has had enough. Go check out that video because you can come to the end of what the narcissist does. You can say, this can't be like this no more. There has to be changes. And because the narcissists disrespect boundaries, the narcissists hate changes because they're very patterned, they're very regulated in their behavior mode, it would be very uncomfortable. But what's uncomfortable for the narcissist is usually the greatest deliverance and the greatest breakthrough you will start enjoying in your life. So when you say, I'm losing myself, you don't have to. When you say, I don't know myself, you can refamiliarize yourself. When you say, I am drained, I feel like I'm hunting for who I am, you don't have to hunt for who you are. You are always with you, and you can become your best friend again by investing in yourself. The reason you got away from yourself, you invest in the narcissist, and you did not invest in you. The tables have turned. Invest in yourself. Look in the mirror, and every day find just 2 things. Just find 2 things that you condone, not condemn. Find 2 things that you love about you again. I love the fact that I'm a fighter. I love the fact that I don't quit. That's 2 things. And it's 2 powerful things. Invest in your children. Put your life in your children. See, because wherever you put your life into, the narcissists don't have that. And they will not become your God, your point of worship. And when you invest in your children, you can get the confidence in them. And if you're putting confidence in them, guess what you're doing? In order to get confidence in them, you have to get confidence from you. Take the time to reinvest in who you are. You don't need the narcissist to overshadow you, or you don't need a narcissistic overlay to hide you. You come out of the closet and you show your beauty once again, because you, dear, are fearfully and wonderfully made. Welcome to the society where you will make a difference. I want you to make sure that you write me. If you want life coaching, you can write me and I will give you my business line and we can make those arrangements. Write me at destinyhepper12s@gmail.com. destinyhepper12s@gmail.com. I look forward to talking with you, and I look forward for the beauty of you to arise again. Once again, destinyhepper12s@gmail.com. Write me. Let me know how these videos are just really blessing you and strengthening you. And keep listening to them. Don't stop. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Love you. See you on the next video.